Hey, welcome back. Richie from RW Hobbies. Continuing with the Dreamliner, and we're going to do the decals, which I know a lot of people are waiting for because this whole thing is about the decals. And spoiler alert, I'm actually doing this intro after I've done decaled it. It's decaled already, and it didn't quite go to plan. There were some issues there. It's definitely not perfect, but the whole purpose of this channel is to share my experience and share my issues and my problems. We don't build everything perfectly, so it didn't go to plan, but it's not a complete car crash. It looks okay. So let me go ahead and get this video started. Alright, so welcome back, part 4, and we're on the decals, which is going to be really interesting because there's a lot going on here. So here's a sheet, and it's from Paz Decals in Russia, right there, Paz, paz-decals.ru. Now, if you go on eBay, you can find these pretty easily. You're looking at probably about $25 to $30. If you go to Paz's website direct, I think I paid around about $10 US for this, and it's about $4 to $5 shipping for decals. So what I did is I bought actually 3 or 4 different decals, different sets, while I was there to maximize the shipping. So I think for about $40, $45 I did get like 4 or 5 sets of decals. So definitely cheaper going direct, and so this is what you get. So they're not like the ones you get in the kits. These are laser printed, not screen printed, which means it's basically one sheet of paper where it's printed on, so they're not individually kind of cut out. Whereas screen printed are ones like you get in the kits where you just cut it out and then just slide it on, and it's all pre-cut around everything you need. Like I said, this is one big sheet of paper. One other thing to note is with this delivery, you do have to fill the windows, because obviously things like Star Wars and stuff. Otherwise, you have to cut all the windows out throughout the decals, which is virtually impossible. But the thing is, they give you the window surrounds, like the outlines, but they don't actually give the windows themselves. So I'm going to have to go for my stash and pick out another set of 7879 decals with the windows and use those later on. So just a heads up, if you buy this, you don't get any windows per se, and you don't get any instructions either. So like placement instructions. So pretty much what I'm using is like my iPad here with pictures of the real thing, just kind of eyeball it. Thing to note here is this giant thing here is basically one big giant decal, which takes up like half the aircraft. I'm not sure if I'm going to risk it. I might cut into little sections and do it individually. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, so basically the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay down all the color, all the markings first, and then once that's down and dried and everything, we'll come back with the windows and the doors which go above it, on top of all this stuff, and across. So first thing to do is I'm going to start cutting some of these out. Like I said, you have to cut it all individually out because it's just one sheet of paper. So you have to cut round, I'll probably leave about 1 millimeter around each one, just around each area, pretty much, and then we'll start applying them as always. Have used these before. When I built the 737-800, I used Paz for the American Airlines, and they were actually quite nice to use, quite forgiving and easy to use, but thin at the same time. So fingers crossed. You see we've got huge amounts of decals going on this one, so it's going to make or break the actual aircraft itself. So yeah, so let me go ahead and start cutting some of the stuff out, and we'll come back and we'll start applying some. Alrighty, so these decals on this one are pretty complex. I'm not really going to do much on camera, to be honest with you. I need to sit down on my bench and really concentrate and get this done right. So I'll go through a couple here, just basic ones, to show you how I'm going to do it, and then I'll just do the rest off camera and let you know how I go and show you the progress. So I've got some water here, as always, in my little kind of ramekin dish. Use this because you can heat it up. I've got a off camera, I do have a mug warmer thing to keep, like coffee cup warmer, I guess. And then so you can sit this on top and keep the water warm. So put some tap water in, put it in the microwave for 15 seconds to heat it up, and we should be good to go. So I'm just going to dip my decal in. We'll start with this ANA, and as you see, I've cut it out already. Throw it down on the mat, and I need a brush. Let me see what I got. This guy. And then obviously we're going to put it on here, so I'm just going to get some water out and then just put some on, so give me some kind of like lubrication and some wet stick immediately. Unfortunately, I guess my brush isn't clean because I got a bunch of junk on there now, so hang on, let me try this off. Okay, let's try a different brush. Ugh. What have I got here? Okay, much better. Put plenty of water on just to kind of give it some working time. Then just going to get my decal. And just going to slide it in place. So it should be right there. If I'm just my fingers, I know from before this doesn't like a lot of like moving around with tweezers and stuff. It breaks pretty easily, these decals. So I'm just going to use my fingers and gently kind of move it in position. I think that's a good spot. It's a little too big for the tail, but we can take care of that afterwards. Okay, pretty cool. Now we're gonna do this guy. Again, we have no instructions, but I just kind of know where it goes. The bottom of the R here, the line, is level with the windows, which I can just barely see through the paintwork, and it goes like kind of like there. So again, just gonna put it in my water and get some water where I want to place it. Oh my god, and this brush is dirty too. What a nightmare I'm having today. I guess my brushes I thought were clean, but maybe they're not, so let's try. What's this guy? That's an oil brush. Guess maybe need some more brushes. Okay, this looks like a new brush. Okay, better. Okay, so again we want that level of the windows, which are kind of right there. Oops. I'm just seeing here the position. He's definitely needs to go lower. So that's kind of with the windows. And there we go. I think that's looking good. Again, I'm just kind of lining bottom the windows. Yeah, that looks pretty straight. So it's hard because it's fuselage and stuff, trying to get this thing lined up. Yep, so there we go. I think it's looking good. So I'm going to let this dry and stick and stuff, and then we'll come back when a micro set. It's a set also. Once it's all dry, this stuff to kind of really bed it down. So I'm just going to wait for the aircraft and do the rest. Looking good. Again, I'm using my brush here, just with some water, just to get any creases out and stuff. But yeah, we're looking air bubbles and stuff. But yeah, we're looking good. So Star Wars and cool. So there we go. So let me work on some more, and I'll be back in a little bit. All right, quick update. So this bit looking okay, but yeah, I made a mess on the front. It's always good to kind of show our mistakes, right? So this is all kinds of hot mess up here. It doesn't like look straight. It's a few wrinkles and stuff. This line here isn't straight. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it now. I mean, it is what it is. I think it's all going to blend in once I get the windows and stuff on, but this is kind of messed up a little bit. This bit back here, so these decals aren't right size. I mean, this should be like, this is way too big. This should be like here on the aircraft. Look at the reference pictures, but it's just way too stretched out. So what I did cut this main decal up. So I did the middle and this bit, and then these side bits I did separately. And you can see the kind of bending around the wing part, which they shouldn't. They should be above it. And these side parts, which I cut off, should run down here too. But on the reference pics, this should be like there on the aircraft. It shouldn't be like over the wing. So this is just outscaled. These decals aren't right. Nevertheless, it's kind of looking cool, I guess, from a distance. Here's on the other side, you can see the R2-D2 kind of stuff. But again, just be wary, these aren't the right size, and I'll get it done and it'll look okay, but the front end here is all bodged up a little bit. Again, it's not quite straight. I just couldn't get it done, and it's all hot mess at the front, but whatever, it is what it is. So again, it's, these videos are always good so you can see, none of us are perfect. We always make mistakes and stuff. I don't think I'm going to go ahead and order a new sheet and replace the front. I'm just going to leave it as is for this. But yeah, so it's looking very colourful and stuff nonetheless, but this bit's obviously a hot mess here. This bit's okay, but again, it's all completely out scale because this should be, you know, a good inch forward. So the sizing's all wrong. Look at the reference pictures. I guess what I can do is I can cut these decals and kind of make them fit, I guess, like here, and cut it, and then just overlap it. That's what I might do. Yeah, not too many more left actually of the main decal. So I got Star Wars on the other side and the tail to put on. But yeah, oops, and there we go. Just accidentally ripped off half the grey decal. Let's see if I can put it back in real quick. Just, you gotta be very careful with this stuff. I mean, let me see if I can fix this. The error I just made on the camera. There we go, kind of messed up, but yeah. Oh well, so there we go. So yeah, like I said, the PAS decals, I think it might be, I don't know if there's other brands out there, but it definitely doesn't fit. It's way too big. Again, it's just, I don't know, it's way too out of scale. But anyway, so a little bit disappointed at the front here, but anyway, I'll continue on and get this thing finished. So I'll get the decals on the other side, and then I'll kind of show you where I'm at. Okay, quick update where I'm at. So most of today I got all these decals on. It's looking okay, I guess. Again, there's some imperfections here, and it's not straight and all that kind of stuff. But overall, I think it's not bad. From a distance, it looks like there. I think it looks okay. If you look close, you'll see some problems. But when it's on my desk, on my bench, and I look from the other side of the room, it actually looks really good. It's just close up, you can see some more problems. But yeah, love it. A lot of the texture of the Star Wars. It's very matte, and I kind of like it. So I've got all the main decals on pretty much. Did lose the Dreamliner one down here. You see on that side. Just, I don't know, just got messed up and I had to take it off. But other than that, we're okay. So all we've got left to do now really on this is add the windows, which we're going to do from another set. So I'm going to go through my decal sets and pick out, I think, a 27 decal set. And just know that door's not straight either. And we're going to start putting the windows down along the middle here, and that's going to be the make or break on this. Hopefully the windows go down okay, and then we can give this whole thing a clear coat, because it's pretty much all decal, as you can see, all the way around. But it does look striking from across the room. It's very an interesting scheme again, but certainly not for a beginner. This is a very, very complex decaling, and a lot of changes and cutting and stuff I need to do here to get it on. But nevertheless, I think we're looking okay. Not perfect, but it's going to be okay. Cool. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to let this dry at the back here. Once I just put down back here, put some of these decals at the back. We'll let them dry, and then we'll come back and we'll start doing the windows. Alright, so pretty much done with all the decals. And got the windows on, no problem. Well, there was a little bit of problem we'll talk about, but that's that side, and there's the other side. And I don't think I've ever put this many decals on something like this before, but yeah, I think we're there, pretty much there though. What we got left? Well, let me talk about the windows first. The windows I took from my 26 decals. I actually have a Virgin Atlantic 7879, so I don't think it matter what 7879 you take it from, but the decals were here, cut them out in the strips, per the instructions. It's actually nice. They did have instructions and numbers compared to the pads, which had no instructions, and kind of laid them out that way. There are some spare windows which I needed, because back here, the last few kind of flipped over themselves. I couldn't free it, so I had to cut it off, and then I used a few spare windows, so the spacing might be lobbing out, but hey, it looks fine from a distance. Another problem I had with the windows, I couldn't really follow. It's hard to follow, get a straight line, because there's a few little minor indents to the windows, but we did such a good job filling, I couldn't really see where the windows were. So I had to really kind of estimate. And another thing, a tip I would have used probably would be some masking tape. Just run some masking tape across and follow the line with the windows. But again, there's no, I couldn't use masking tape because all these decals everywhere. I would rip the decals off. So in the end, I just got a ruler and just kind of held it against it, and just kind of got a line in the middle and just worked my way out. And it looks, I'm happy if it looks reasonably good. So the windows are on, obviously, and yeah, we're looking okay. There's some hot mess at the front here we talked about, but from a distance, I think it looks really good. It looks good. So what we've got left now to do is really kind of bed these decals down. So all I use is water right now to put them down, but so we're going to use now some micro sole, and I'm just going to brush all this stuff on all over everywhere, and it's really going to help get these decals bed down and into get some wrinkles out and stuff too. hopefully. So just with a brush, being pretty liberal. And these decals went on yesterday, so I mean, I don't think there's any big rush of putting this sole on. Probably get for like a whole bottle on this, there's so many. And then down here we have a crease, so I just kind of paste a few holes and hoping with this it's going to help bed it down too. Again, just getting everywhere. So many. And that is it. Then I'm going to let that sit. And I can't remember if I did this Star Wars, or I think I did. Right, I'm just going to leave that for about 30 minutes to see how it looks, and then we'll come back, and if there's any like little problems we need to fix, we can look at it then. But hopefully it's going to help get rid of some of these air bubbles and wrinkles and stuff. So yeah, so let me leave that, and we'll be right back. Alright, so it's fully done, the fuselage, looking pretty good. There's definitely mistakes on there, as always, most models, but I think it looks good from a distance. So give everybody a clear coat, healthy dose of LP9, my go-to lacquer clear coat. Start off gently first, the misting coat with these decals, and then went on with a thicker coat afterwards. Because when I built the 737, I did find some bleed from the decals. But there you go. So it's looking really good. Let me zoom out a smidge, and you can kind of see the whole thing. Somehow there's some scratches and stuff on here. One thing to do is these past decals are not only the wrong size, but I noticed I've used these twice now, and both times they mark up and scratch very easily. They're very kind of thin, so just beware of that. And then on the other side, obviously we lost the Dreamliner logo down here, but still it looks really cool. I hope you agree. So that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up. We'll come back next week, and yeah, we're in good shape. So chugging along. So next time we're going to look at the little finishing touches. We've got to weather the wings, we've got to do the engine still, we've got to do the gear, all that kind of stuff. So still plenty to do, but I'm glad this bit's out of the way. Obviously the main bulk of the aircraft here. So yeah, thank you for always watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.